There's a lot of bidding in there. Have you seen the bidding? Have you been up there yet?
There's a set.
Holy moly.
1280, 1280, 1290, 1210, 12 firm in, lot 73, 1280, 1281, all nines with Ms. Rolls, 650, 660, 670, 670.
The great yarn story begins here, with sheep country, dedicated farmers, well-bred stock and, of course, some of the world's most talented shearers.
We've sent our sheep to the show for the last couple of years, and this year obviously with the COVID kicking in and the show not going ahead, I sort of said to Dave, would he be interested in coming up here and running the event here, seeing as we've got good facilities, and they seem keen, so sort of gone from there.
Marble Point Station, halfway between Culverden and Hamner Springs. And today, shearers are preparing their kit for the New Zealand Agricultural Show, Canterbury Shears, Corriedale Shearing and Wool Handling Championships.
Welcome to Marble Point Station. Great to be here at the Shear.
There's another world champ here, and I think there's about 4 New Zealand representatives. So you got the cream of the crop here. It ain't going to be no walk in the park for nobody. You know, everybody wants to get this New Zealand title because it's the big one, and we'll be fighting right to the end, I can guarantee that. Yeah, no holds barred.
The sheep are ready in their pens. Wool handlers and balers are standing by.
So I'm going to wave these judges up, please. I know it's a wee bit early in the morning for most of them, but if we can get them up here.
Young shearers like Reuben King are athletes, at the peak of their physical fitness. But competition is tough, and shearing is just as much a mind game.
Set, go!
It's just all about being relaxed, because if the sheep knows that, if you're nervous and real tense, the sheep can tell that, and then it's more likely to kick out. I love competing in them. This is my 3rd show. It makes me feel like a professional athlete, really, because you're working all day and you're working on yourself. You're getting paid as you're doing it.
On the boards, judging is about more than just speed. Shearers are penalised for second cuts, where the wool is cut twice, rendering it valueless. Judges out back are looking for any wool that's left on or nicks on the sheep's skin.
We have to judge to make sure the job's done properly, but you'll see later on in the finals, it's a very, very fast-moving sport, very, very super fit athletes, and they're very, very good at what they do.
And the skills that we see today are thanks to a world-famous New Zealand farmer and shearer named Godfrey Bowen, whose technique, although modified over 70 or 80 years, is still used around the world today.
He figured out a way to put the least amount of stress onto an animal. As you can see, I've got this animal just sitting here. She weighs about 55 kilograms. She spends most of the day running around a hill, so she's incredibly fit. So what the judges are looking for outside is where I haven't gone pink onto the skin and I've got a slight rise here, and these tassel bits of wool that are hanging off still here, that would add up to 2 or 3 points in this area, a couple of half points along that side, and then maybe a half point on the back of the leg. And they'll look at any wool that I've left on under here, which when you're shearing, you think you've done a good job and tidied it up, but it's very easy to leave these small tassels of wool.
Culture and sort of the rough and readiness of the shearing industry is really what attracts me. I've worked in office jobs before, and it's harder to get the balance.
Did you finish your degree?
Yeah.
What's your degree?
Mechanical engineering. Yeah.
Bit of a change?
Yeah. I've been enjoying it so much, really, that I haven't even started looking for another job yet.
And 1 point clear was our winner, Reuben King. I know you're a proud winner of this, so congratulations.
The junior title is a great step for Reuben's career, so that mechanical engineering degree may gather dust for quite a bit longer. Backstage, or behind the boards, there is a highly skilled team of volunteer wool handlers and classers, laying out, sorting and baling the fleeces.
What we're doing, we're dissecting the wools when they're shearing, while they're shearing on the board, for their quality, and we're trying to put like wools with like wools.
Number 5 slides in the hole for Jake. She touches for Pinko.
I'm Brittany and I'm pressing at the show. Okay. I'm so passionate about the wool industry and I love helping out, giving a hand when I can. It's a lot of fun as well, hanging out with a good crew. And,
How much wool's in that?
190 kgs.
Meanwhile, the open heats are only minutes away and there's a newcomer to the competition.
I'm Sarah Higgins, I'm a shearing contractor and full-time shearer in Marlborough. I've seen the list of open shearers and it's larger than I expected, so the competition will be tough.
You've got a Bachelor of Commerce degree from Lincoln.
Yep.
Was shearing always part of your...
No, not at all.
Everyone's your main competition. It's just, you don't pick one out, it's everyone. Everyone is the best.
Oh, Gavin Much. I'm a sheep and beef farm manager up beside Dannyvirk now. Yeah, still shear quite a few of the ewes on the farm, and it kind of keeps me fit through competitions.
Competitors, set, go. Off we go with the first 5.
These hoggets here today would be 65 to 70 kilos, some of them.
So Sarah really leading the charge of this generation of woman shearers.
We watch Sarah there. She gets the sheep in the exact right place, so it's balanced well, the weight's transferred back to the sheep.
Didn't qualify in the open, but it's a really, really competitive grade, so you know, you've got to be really on top of your game. So I'm happy with how I shore. It was good.
One of the closest finishes of the day, though, is going to be in the blades competition, with 2 international blade shearing teammates, both odds-on to take the title.
I'm Tony Dobbs from Fairley. I'm one of the blade shearers here today to try and get the New Zealand Championship.
My name's Alan Oldfield. I'm a shearer. I use both blades and machine shears, and I'm the current world blade shearing champion. There's always a fairly fierce competition here, especially it's the New Zealand blade shearing title. I'll have to beat my father, he'll be here.
Competitors, set, go. Away we go. As they step into sheep number 1 of 5. A big final for these guys, and Phil Oldfield, of course, makes most of the finals. Can't count these guys out because one mistake from the top shearers is going to let these other guys in. Nothing really separating the field at the moment. Alan Oldfield, Tony Dodds right there with each other. Down the last side they go.
And Alan did beat his dad, Phil Oldfield, but the final judging put the slimmest of points between Alan and his former teammate, Tony Dobbs.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alan Oldfield just by a whisker. So the first prize, the first place, total points was 60.42. Second place, 60.51. So absolutely nothing in it, the snip of a blade. And the winner was Alan Oldfield. You win some, you lose some, you won the world champs, you won this one again, so well done.
Yeah, cheers Norm. Yeah, especially up against competitors like Tony that I think he's won this multiple times. I'm sure his name's all over this trophy.
The Open title was won comfortably by former World and Golden Shears champion Gavin Much, scoring his first win in the South Island.
Gavin Much pulls down the last side, takes a soft one off. The first one's under the leash. Bring it home, give him a big hand. Gavin Much.
Much shore 12 sheep in 15 minutes 2 seconds, more than a sheep ahead of the rest of the field. It gave him a buffer of almost 5 time points and an eventual time and quality winning margin of 3.49 points.
Wanted to set off to a good start to try and put pressure on the other guys. If you can build on that, it makes it a lot easier, and gear was running really well, body held together really well, made it a lot easier for me to stay in front and then just build on the lead.
So with the sheep feeling cooler and more comfortable, and the winners proudly taking home their sashes and trophies, we're taking you to a different type of competition, as wool buyers set up to do battle, in Great Yarns Part 2.